I don't know if there's any audio on here. I am just playing around. Delete, delete. Trash, delete. Image. Done. Yeah, I don't know why my logo is not transparent. Done. Overlay. Here we go. Home. See, can I see responses? No, not what I'm using. A. Hello. Nope. Comments do not show up. Sugar. Well, let us move to the actual room and see what's going on. So I'm going through Castr today, C-A-S-T-R, and I am going to fire up a computer while I'm talking to you so that I can check on things, and I'm going to add a camera too. Are you going to start up? Are you not starting up? Hello? Normally it's supposed to bling or something like that. Maybe it was, no, I just plugged it in. Let's see, this cable goes over there. So we're gonna unplug this. And no, I'm not really set up. I'm not ready for streaming right now. Oh, I feel air, so I guess it's on. And sort of apologize for that, but gotta fit it in where it fits. So, my name is Anthony Barukas with IUB Communications. Sorry, I'm trying to do a dozen things here at once. And I am testing Live Air Remote, Live Air. There isn't a wireless mouse or trackpad connected. It's because, there it is. Wireless mouse. Safari. And my keyboard should be, it is connected. They just went to sleep. So if I look over here, I'm looking at the web. And today, I normally use Switcher Studio, but today I am using Teradek Live Air. That's why the title looks different. And keypad batteries are very low. I really don't need more info. That was, yeah, I know how to replace the batteries. And I am testing Castr, which unfortunately I'm not logged in on this computer to see it. So, scrolling this way. Any other comments? Mike Swaim. Hello, Mike. Doesn't say when you commented, so I don't know if you've commented and left. I'm going to leave this here, and maybe the comments will auto-update. Or, you know what, let me click play. Oh, cool. There's one person watching. Oh, we'll just let that run. So I clap my hands once, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's about 13 seconds behind. So that is what the delay. As I said, I am using live air action on an iPad right now. That's what you're looking at, the iPad camera. I'm about to hook up a second camera if I can manage a dozen things at once. And this is actually broadcasting wirelessly to Caster. And Caster is pushing this to both the, I'm going to reverse cameras just so I can see it, YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I hate the volume buttons. So, we shall see how that looks. Put that over here. And I am going to try and add a camera while talking to you. We're going to delete this. Go away. Cancel. Maybe we just reconnect. Give it a try. That is not connected. So camera over here, iPad here. Does not show time on comments. No, it does not. That's really weird. So I don't know how long ago it commented. And interestingly enough, done. Nope, did not. So I'm just going to delete this, delete, and add a new source. Teradek device. Here's my phone. Oh, interesting. Done. Okay. And it should appear while I'm doing the, there we go. And we can do that. And I can take that and that off. And then we do a transition to my other camera, which is over here. It is about half a second behind. So I'm actually going to tweak the settings and cut that delay, apply all the way down, and that's going to mess everything up because now it is side by side. It's pretty good. So the reason I'm doing, let's go back over here. The reason I'm doing Teradek Live Air today is because, and I'm going to beg your forgiveness as I try to launch a second new I just want to see if I'm live on YouTube at the same time. And if you are on the iEbook page, you actually know the name of the YouTube channel. Oh. And it says I'm live now. This is cool. Check this out. Okay. So then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to start recording. And so I'm actually initiating record on the iPad. So here's why I say, hello, my name is Anthony Barokas with AEB Communications, and let me jump back over here. And I am broadcasting live via Teradek Live Air through Caster, CASTR.io, as a test to see if I can go to both YouTube and Facebook at the same time. And I am going to use my other camera, switch views, and point it over here, and put it on auto adjust. No, not white balance, exposure. Where's exposure? There we go. And over here, and then I will do a quick transition to this. And you can see that I am on both YouTube and Facebook. Interestingly enough, on two different timings. And we shall see which one goes to the shot. There it goes. So Facebook is faster than YouTube, even though they're both being served by Caster at the same time. Very interesting. So back to me, and that is rather interesting, I think. So hey, you know what? We're going to try something really cool here. One of the things that, and this is going to be a demonstration of the Teradek Live Air. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the multi-selection. I'm going to select that. I'm going to select this, And then for whatever reason, it always does that. So I have to go in here, and I forget where that was. Extras. Ooh, you know, we'll tweak up the sharpness and all these. Done. Tap. And the iPhone 6. And is the gear icon? No. Done. Everything is wireless right now. And it is not that. And I had hoped to... There it is. It's in this one. I know it is. No, it's not in this one. Foiled again. Curses. Okay, just going to give you an idea of what I'm doing. So over here I have a picture-in-picture. You can see the picture from the other camera looking up at two windows. And the trick is, somewhere in here, I found it before, is iPhone 6, not this, midtones, highlights, tint. Oh, I know, done. It's the positioning. How do I adjust the positioning? I know, it's this. Do I have to long press that? Yes, okay. Opacity. Done. iPhone 6. Oh, interesting. Done. I didn't want to do that. Let's make this smaller and put it. Oh, okay, I got it. Let's put this up here and kind of block the fan. You know what? I can just turn that off. Apologize for that. And done. And here's the cool thing. I am going to put my lower third up and my logo, and I'm going to save it as a preset. So now, here the thing is, I'm going to go to this. Okay, so this is what I was doing. I hate getting things reversed. I can flip it in the software and then it would match me, but then everything on my shirt would be reversed, not that I have anything. Echo in the audio. Oh, sorry about that. I can fix that. Thank you for letting me know. There. The reason why there's an echo in the audio is because Switcher Studio, Teradek Live Air actually accepts the audio from both devices. So there's an audio mixer in the software, and the timing is not exactly the same. If I was pointing them both at me, you would see that. What we're looking at here is a picture-in-picture with two graphic overlays, and the cool thing is I can now tap that, tap this, poop, 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 poop. Go to this, go away. Now I can go to me, and it goes away. Now I can have multiple different designs of this overlay thing, and they are available as a preset. So I can just with one tap call it up and go back to it, and then just go back to me without the overlays, go to that. This is really cool. Now, what Teradek hasn't done is they haven't implemented an A/B switch so that what's over in the preview window doesn't go back. They don't switch back and forth. That's unfortunate. But having multiple scenes, so here you go. What I can do is I have this up. I can save this as a scene, and then I can go between my overlay and then plane, and then my overlay, and I can do that. Now, the really cool thing is if you've got a couple different things, like if I wanted to add a new source, sounds good now, yes, sorry about that. Let's just say here, if you wanted to have an overlay with just me, that's this one, but you wanted to add a new overlay and it's going to be a scoreboard. Let us do a horizontal scoreboard. Let's not do it right over the middle of my face. Let's do it down here. And then we're going to say done. And we are going to add that. And now we are going to save that as a scene. So now I go between the picture-in-picture with two overlays, and we can transition to the home and away. So there's a scoreboard built into the software, and supposedly if I tap this, I can say, oh, look at that, the home team just scored. So we're going to say 1, done. Look at that, they just scored. Uh-oh, the away team, they just scored +++. 3, done. oh no, guess what? It's now the second period. And as soon as I say done, it updates. Now that's really cool. Now, if I wanted to get from this to the other picture-in-picture in Switcher Studio, that would be, but I can go tap, tap, and I'm there. And literally I can cut, and that is really slick. Back to me without, and that is one of the really cool things, the scenes. And to try and show everybody what I'm talking about, I am going to take the little camera, and I'm going to put it, I'm going to tilt it down so you can see my screen. Tap. Where's that hole? Well, you're covering me. That's not too fun. I'll put it over here. Okay, now I go back to picture-in-picture and cut. Okay, now you can see I got scenes over here. So this is my sources down here, and I could have a bunch of cameras or videos and things like that. And up here are my overlays. So you can see here is my preview. So on my preview, I can turn this off, I can turn that off, I can turn this off, I can do this, I can create all these things over here on this side, but it's not live yet. This is live over here, program. But I guess that's kind of, let me back it up just a little bit. There we go. So I've got these scenes saved. One scene has all the overlays. Or stop putting your finger in front of the camera. This scene has all the overlays. And then if I click on here, it's a scene with no overlays. If I click over here, it's the scene with the home and away. And I can create another title. Let us add a new overlay. Let us create a title. Let us, not that, cancel that. Add a new overlay. Let's do image custom text. And with a background color of bright purple. Done. And unfortunately, that is the size it is. So there, take this on, this off, and now I've got this text. Let's just say I want it in the corner. We can say it's live, okay? Let me edit this. And I say live with an exclamation point. Live, thank you. And we make that background the fancy red thing. And you know what? Let's give it a border of white. And let's make it a little bigger. Text size. And then we say placement. And I can put this. No. It thinks I want to change the text. I can put placement. Right. Oh, I grab it here. Sorry. And then we put this, that would be over my face. Let's put this live over here. And we say done. And then we say this, with my title, is a scene. So now you see I've got 4 scenes. I can go between, stop it, picture-in-picture, clean me, home and away, live, all as pre-built scenes. So if you need to have like a side-by-side, multiple picture-in-picture, like you can have multiple things going on here and put them all online. And I can, here, check this out. So you go here, and let's just say I wanted to edit it. You can see I've got multiple layers here, and I can affect the placement of each one by touching the layer and moving it around and things like that. That's what I was doing before. So let's tap it again, it goes away. And now if I just want to go to the home and away, and there we go. So can you do multicam recording without live streaming? Yes, you can. I am actually doing that right here. Oh, it helps if I bring up the picture. There you go. I'm actually doing multicam, not multicam recording. Just to clarify, you can record on the cameras, but I have not found a way to tell all of the cameras to record from the switcher, the master control. But here on this tab, I am recording. I have been recording for 11 minutes. And I can change the recording quality. I have it on standard, 720p, whatever. Teradek Live Air also does 1080p. I can select a megabit up to 10 megabits per second, neither of which Switcher Studio can do. And what was the other one? Not Cinemaker? was going to be the third one. It's supposed to be out in June. Has not arrived yet, so don't hold your breath on that one. No offense to Cinemaker, but you know, not out yet, so I can't say what you can do or what you can't do because right now you're not doing anything. When it does come out, looking forward to testing it. So over here, it shows you all my different recordings, and here's my recording thing. Over here is my stream. You can see this in my stream going out to Caster. It tells me I'm doing 2 megabits. Audio is 128 kilobits a second. I could even start local streaming and have it show up on an iPad, which is one of the things I was testing before, and I took a picture and put it in the other group. So you can record with the record tab the live switched program of multiple cameras, but you're only recording the master program output, which is over there. Let's clear this one up. You're only recording the master program right here. You're not recording any of your source cameras, which would all be down here, which is if you're in director's mode on Switcher Studio, you are telling every single source to record. Now, interestingly, on the, they call it Live Air Remote, on the camera app, there's a record button, and I can hit the record button and record on the camera. But if you have 6 cameras, that would mean you'd need to run around and hit record on all of them. I suppose there's a way to initiate recording on all of them. I haven't found it yet. So that is sort of a drawback, I think. Look at that, it's reacting to my thing. And supposedly there's a way that I can control the camera. Let's bring this up. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to look for it. Done. It's not reacting that badly. Switcher Studio makes camera control of all of my remote cameras very easy. Still got one person watching. I guess that's you, Mike. And I'm looking at the YouTube page, and it says 1 watching. Oh, so hello to YouTube. And if you want to say anything, I know YouTube is probably a good 30, 40 seconds behind. Say something in the comments and I can see it, because I am watching the comments on both the Teradek on Facebook and YouTube. As a matter of fact, if you give me a moment, I am going to share this into a group. TER, Teradek Live Air Use Group. I am live with a post. So I just shared it with the Teradek group that I am in, and I was hoping to test the green screen capability in Live Air, because it can do green screen, which is really cool. How you would do that is you would, let's see if I can, just trying to adjust the tilt on this thing a little bit. You would press and hold your camera. Oh, okay, apparently not that camera. Done. You would press and hold the camera, and then you got the color icon. You go to the color icon, and here's chroma key. So you can, use the eyedropper, pick the color, adjust how much of the color you're going to allow, how much saturation, how much brightness, and everything. You know what? Just for kicks, let's try this out. Because why not? This is the Pick My Brain thing. I supposedly have 2 people watching on Facebook. Hello to everyone on Facebook. If you are watching on Facebook, go to the AIBA.com page. AIBA Communications is me. Go to the AIBA.com page and comment there where I can see it live. If you are on YouTube, comment, and I'm looking at the YouTube page. And you know what? I'll even give myself a thumbs up, because this has been, yes, I like this video. Oh, really? I got to sign in to like a video? Oh, that sucks. Anyway, I am going to give this a shot. I am going to open up this. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to say chroma key, and I'm going to use this. I call it the suck tool. Do I touch here? Ooh, no, not that. Yeah, there you go. So I am chroma keying the ceiling and wall behind me. Live. And back. Okay, so let us take away the reds. Okay. And now I'm tweaking it in real time as you watch, which is kind of funny. Saturation level, brightness level. Yeah, allow the much brighter. Yeah, that's good. How much, what's this? No, okay. You know what it really needs? It needs edge control. Because it's all well and good to key out the background, but it doesn't help me if the edge looks like poo. Yes, I can record. I can record too. I am recording. So I'm just messing around with the chroma key. Actually, yeah, well, especially when you move. Ugh. Well, that's because my hand is blurred. And I'm using the selfie camera, which is not the really good camera anyway. So if I was against an actual lit green screen far enough behind me, I think this would look loads better as opposed to the weird edges I'm getting on my head. But hey, this is an example of the fact that I'm doing green screen. I'm doing green screen live on my program that people have asked, gosh, I wish I could do green screen. I'm doing it, except I'm doing it with a yellow wall. So let's do this. And there it goes. So that's, this is the quality of my background, and I'm still able to get a decent key out of it. I think that's amazing. I'm sorry, I think that's pretty amazing. And because I'm like, this is white shutters, this is white, this is all kinds of wonkiness up here. The fact that this is keying at all is pretty amazing. Okay, I just thumbs up for that. I'm impressed. I had ordered a green drape to be delivered today. Poo on Amazon didn't arrive. I guess they could try and refund me my free shipping. What kind of recourse do you have, really? None. So let me turn this off. Back to live. So that's one of the key things that I liked with this is it has chroma key. It has sports scores that you can in real time while you're doing it. Yay, home got another score. Pew, 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 pew. Done. Look at that. Home is winning. Whoever home is. You know who home is? I don't know. Let's see if we can change that. So let's do this. Transition. Powered till tonight. Man, I just charged you up. Really? Wow. I literally just took it off the charger today. So home. Can I? Oh no, I guess I can't change it. Sure, why not? Done. Maybe if I go in here. Home is me. Done. Done. Go back to this. Go. Look, it's me. So you can change a lot of things while you are actively doing something. And then there's even, if I go in here, I don't know if I can change this. Enable timer. I don't know how that works. There's the timer button. Wow. Count up, count down. This is actually pretty complex. So let me bring this up so you can see what I'm dealing with here. Dun, dun, dun. Transition. So this is the timer. This section is just for hours, minutes, and seconds. Configure whether you want hours, minutes, and seconds, or what order. You want it to count up. You want a 12-hour clock. You want it to count down. You want to start the timer. Rotation. No, I don't want to rotate it. I don't want to make it, not visible. I can change the colors. If I went in here, I could, mess around with the color a little bit. I'd have to unlock it and then do whatever. I'm just playing around. And that's the cool thing with these things is that you just play with them and There you go. Oh, I didn't actually enable timer. Enable, done. There you go. So now you have a timer. So it doesn't say period, it just says second and then the time, but it doesn't say second period, it doesn't say period anymore. So go back into here and disable the timer, done, and then it says period again. So you can see how that works. And once again, for anyone who is watching, I am live, unless you're watching the replay. There is a scoreboard shortcut. Yes, I know there's a scoreboard shortcut right up in the, not that you can see it because my fingers are, yes, there's a shortcut. Unless, I wish Live AR Action could integrate with scoreboard systems. I don't know. Good request. That would be cool. And there's a group. If you're not already in the Live AR Action group, there's a group, and Michael Gayling is part of the group, and he is from Teradek. So if you put it in the group, or even write to him directly, he will relay it to the Live AR Action team. Hopeful. But the fact that there is a scoreboard built in already, and it's pretty easily tweakable, is pretty cool. Like, if I don't like this design, done. I think it's because I already built the horizontal that it's like this. I didn't see a way to change the, oh yeah, there it is. Oh wow, don't need it that big. Here you go, done. How's that? Is that a good scoreboard? You like that one? I don't. Let me go back to horizontal. Put that back down here, make it bigger again. Down here, done. Transition, there you go. So that's actually pretty cool that it's built in. So chroma key, scoreboard, green screen. No, that's green screen is chroma key. Scenes, three massively useful features. Coming from Switcher Studio and then looking at Teradek Live Air, I think one of the things that, two things I miss right away is the amount of granular control of the remote cameras that Switcher Studio gives users from the master control interface. That is really one of the things that Switcher Studio really has nailed down. That's really cool, is the fact that oh my goodness, there's that camera is, wait, let me just lock the focus. Let me just lock the exposure. Let me tweak the white balance. That is really, really cool. And I can do that remotely because it's only when I'm looking at all of the cameras on the interface, I can sit there and say, this camera 3 is a little dark. Let me brighten that one up a little bit. Not when I'm at the cameras. I did manage to adjust the remote camera with, you can drag the scoreboard wherever you want. Yeah, I had it over my face a second ago. When I was playing with it, I did manage to remotely adjust this camera from the master control once, and then when I went to go and do it again, I couldn't find it. So I have to either really figure out where that was and learn it, or it vanished. Either or, I don't know. You can do it from here. I can adjust the white balance, the exposure, the focus, the zoom, everything. So if I go in here and do this, because that's a scene, I can do that. I can tap the zoom, and no. I can zoom in. I can zoom out. I can turn my light on. Not that you would want to do that. I can turn my light off. I can change my focus. Ooh, yeah, that's, whoa, right there in the middle is, I think, is really where you want to have it. Let's put it back into auto. I can change my exposure, manual exposure. I guess if I put it over here where it's, or put it over there where it's darker, maybe. And then your white balance. Ah, there you go. Whoa. Well, actually, that's probably more correct because, well, no, okay. Because the light I have here is actually daylight balance. So I can mess around with all these things on the camera No, I'm clicking auto. I don't know why it keeps, stop it. Okay, go like that, hit auto, auto. Okay, I think it's all on auto again. Little confusing, any interface. Switcher Studio definitely has that. 3 people watching. If you are watching on Facebook, go to the AIBA.com page and comment there, because that's the only place I'm looking for comments. If you are on YouTube, I guess it's on the same AIBA.com page. I don't see anybody watching on the YouTube page. Man, it is so far behind. But comment on YouTube page and I will see it. I don't know if it's a real-time comment. Hey, if you are on the Facebook page watching this, do me a favor, go to the YouTube page, AIBA.com, and comment just so I can see how that works. That would be helpful for me, because I don't know, do I need a special thing? Add translations, no, I don't see. Oh, top chat, oh, okay. Do I need to sign in to chat? I need to sign in to say something, but maybe I can see what's going on. Okay, I don't know, I'm new to live to YouTube with chatting. So feel free to jump over there. Oh, now I'm back down to 1 person. Anyway, let's see. So I covered a few of the really useful things. Let me move this out of the way. Scene, go. I covered a few of the really useful things that I find with Teradek Live Air. The fact that you have scenes that you can instantly tap. It memorizes everything, the camera, the position, anything you had going on, overlays, all of that is stored in its entirety as a scene. So you can instantly call up 3 cameras and all of that, and what are in, all those things. It's not like, oh, I have a 3 source multi-window and then I have to put those sources back in each time I want to use it. No, Switcher Studio saves all of those pieces as the scene, which is infinitely more useful than the alternate. The second thing I find really useful with Switcher Studio is, well, not that I find useful, but that it has, that people often ask for, is sports scores. And the ability to bring up sports scores, yeah, I guess it probably wouldn't be that big if it was really live. Maybe it might be up there too. No, I don't want to be over my head. So we'll do that. We'll say done, transition. So there you go. That's more like a sports score, like that thing down there. And it's easily, within the app, you're able to adjust what it says. So if all of a sudden the away team got a bunch more, look at that, there was a big score. It was like huge. The ball just kept going into the net repeatedly. And it's right there. So that's, people ask for it. It's here. It's here in this tool. It's not in that tool. Chroma key, we were messing around with that, and the ability to come in here and, oh good, look, chroma key. Okay, it doesn't look like much because I don't have anything under me, so I don't know how that works. Done. Let's increase the sharpness a little bit. Now here, let's go back, turn chroma key off because I want to show you something else. Now, I find if I put a wide angle lens on something, it gets a little bowed, what they call barrel distortion. And then if you put a 2x on or a 3x, it gets a little pin cushioned. It gets pulled in on the sides. The Teradek actually can correct for that. Let's do that right now. Let's go picture in picture. So I can, and the nice thing is it has cut and transition. So I can cut at any time, and then I can dissolve at any time, or do a push or whatever. For each and every one, I can choose what that transition is. Not as handy as A/B switch, but still handy. So in the extras, over here, I can add a little bit of sharpness, which I always think the iPhones could use just a little bit. And then you have distort lens. So this one I've messed with, a little bit goes a long way. So you can pull the corner. This would be the reverse of barrel, and this would be the reverse of pincushion. So you're pushing the middle out a little bit, or you're pulling the corners out a little bit. Yeah, you don't want to go too far, because then it gets a lot wonky. Yeah, don't do that. But realistically, a little bit of tweaking can fix the barrel distortion or pincushion distortion from those external lenses. And it's live, and it's real time, and it's right here in the control panel. So we're going to hit reset, and I'm going to pull the sharpness back out, because I can't just reset just the lens. And there's not a number on here that shows you like, oh, -2 or +3, and then it gets you back to 0. Unfortunately, that doesn't work. So let me say done. I just wanted to show that. So if you do use lenses a lot and you find there's that little bit of distortion gets on your nerves, that's how you can ameliorate, maybe not fix it perfectly, but make it better in your finished video. I do like the audio mixer. Look at this, there's an audio mixer. So I am talking to you now through the built-in iOS camera mic, and then I will bring up the iPhone mic and turn this one down. And now I'm on the iPhone mic. Now, here what I'm gonna try to do is this is the iOS camera. And I'm going to say this is on if live iPhone 6. So this is what happens, and it's going to be loud. I'm going to set that really loud. And then we go back to master control, and let me reset the positioning of this. Reset. Done. So now I have my main camera is up. When I dissolve to just the iPhone camera, it's going to take the audio from the iPhone, which is much louder. So you can mix to a remote camera, like a camera on the sports field. Great for sports. Camera on the sports field. And when you get to that phone, this thing right here, when you get to that phone, the microphone on the phone is live. Microphone, so it's being a little jittery, I'm seeing now, but let us give it a shot anyway. So we are going to transition to that, and my volume, I did not see actually go up. Let's look at the mixer, and it should be louder. And when I dissolve away from it, go back to here. Ooh, no, not that. Really? Overlay? How do we get that? Oh, because that's still there. Oh, because I have multi. Sorry. Single selection. So go to here, and when I cut away, transition, dink. Now just this should be active. Oh, it did work. So my volume level is low now over here, and then when I switched to the iPhone 6, you can see that the level is much higher because I'm pulling the audio from the camera, and this goes up. And then when I go back to my camera over there, the audio will go back down because that's how I have it set. So let me just fix these. So I am now back on my main iOS mixer audio. So you can do an interview in the field. Yes, that's the whole point. Plus, if you have a video file, let's go get a video file. Add new source, video file. Hey, look, there's my logo. And look, there's a keyframe. Done. Okay, 19 seconds in, it doesn't show me, but it says video file. Here, I want to show you this. This is really cool. There's a little right. You can't see it. Hang on. Done. Let me take away this transition. Yeah, great. Let's go back to that, transition. Okay, so now you can see the interface. So let me go back to the video, press and hold. Here comes the video file. Now my video, which I happen to know starts, I want it to begin right about there. And then I happen to know it ends right in here somewhere. And then I say, when it's done, transition back to whatever's in preview. And I'm going to label it as, change my nickname, logo. I'm going to call it caps lock, L-O-G-O, done. Change, done. Now, down here it says logo. That's an important feature, because if you, I'm trying to move the camera so you can see it, if you have multiple video clips and they all start with black frames, being able to label the video is a key feature. Now, if you don't like looking at that stuff, you can make those logos go away and get more space. Like, I don't need them up here. But if you do need those spaces, if you do need that indication, there's the logo clip. Now, let's cue that up. And, hey, check this out. Let's go back into the audio mixer. It has its own level. I can vary the level of my audio clip. And when I go to it, this is the level it's going to play at. It says on if live. I can monitor it. I can reset the dB. So this way, my audio clips are not blowing people away, or if I have different clips with different volumes, I can level them all out and make sure they're all good in the app. So let us do a transition. And then without touching it, when the video reaches the end of the clip, it will transition right back to me. That's pretty slick. That is way slick. Now, again, what I did was I adjusted the level of the clip here, and it's on if it's live. So my mic is always on. If I put this on if I put this on if live, then it immediately goes away because that's not the camera that's up. But what that would do is, as I cut away to this, my mic would go quiet. I couldn't talk over the logo, or there would be no program over the logo or the video clip. And then once I come back to it, it would automatically turn back on. Also, very slick. So that's the audio mixer. Instant replay. Not even going to get into that because I haven't mastered it yet, but there's instant replay built into this thing. Great for sports. Recording, which I already talked about. I've been recording for 40 minutes. Comments. Apparently, I cannot see comments if I'm going through an intermediary, which I'm doing. As I said, I am going through Caster and anything that's being commented. 3 watching. Ooh. Oh wait, look at that. Longstride Productions. Hello. Does that work with real cameras in addition to iPhones? Yes, it does. The sound is really low. Can you preview the volume before you play the video clip to know if it's a good volume level before it goes live? You know, that's a really good question. If the video clip is queued up, can you? Oh, no. I wonder. Oh. I can hear it through the speakers on the iPad, that's for sure. So maybe that's a yes. Maybe you can listen to it here and say, whoa, that's way too loud. I haven't delved into that. That's a good question. So, hey, thank you to Joe for chatting on the YouTube page, because now I see how that works. That's really cool. And there's a little scroll bar. And what does this do? What does that do? Go to channel. All right. That's really cool. So apparently 3 are watching. 3 are watching. Let's go back to me. Apparently 3 are watching on YouTube. And 1 is watching on Facebook. So yes. Does it work with real cameras in addition to iPhones? Yes, it does. You can use different Teradek hardware. Done. You can use different Teradek hardware to appear in the I love scenes. This is just so handy. You could use different Teradek hardware, and then when you come over here and you say add new source, it says Teradek device down here. And when you say Teradek device, that means either an iPhone, like this one, running the Teradek remote software, that's the version of the camera, or you can add a Teradek piece of hardware that is designed to work with the Live Air. I have a piece of hardware called Clip, no longer made, but other hardware does work, that is current products, does work with Live Air Action to do this. I think you might be able to use the headphone monitor to hear the audio before. Yes, that's kind of what I was thinking. If you had the headphone in there, you would hear both the program, and then if you hit play, the volume of the clip might just be playing through the headphone volume, because honestly, right now the program is muted on the iPad. It's not playing. So maybe if I had headphones in, it would play, but it's not playing out the speakers. The fact that I heard the audio for the video clip kind of surprised me. The headphone button in Mixer. Learning something new every day. I am not the absolute expert in everything. The other neat thing is audio files down here at the bottom. If you just want to have an MP3 play behind a shot of the audience coming through, you could just load an audio file. So hey, that's another really cool feature. Michael Shaw apparently really knows his Teradek Live Air. I need to watch your stream. And the can you preview the volume? Oh, can I do the barrel distortion? Oh, I'm looking at the YouTube. There's a comment on YouTube, and it says I was referring to the barrel distortion. So I'm thinking that is, does that work with real cameras in addition to iPhones? I'm thinking it does. I am thinking it actually does, because that's available in every input. And you know, whether it be internal camera or external camera, those three sliders are available, because it's available on the rear-facing camera as well as the forward-facing camera. It's just something that's built into it. I don't think it works with cancel. I don't think it works with video clips. Extras. Apparently it does. Because you can see there's the distort lens, and I am editing the color of my logo video. So I don't know why you would want to chroma key a video, but you could do that. You can increase the sharpness of the video, shift the hue. This apparently is a very standard feature set, and it applies to video clips, and that pretty much tells me that it's going to work with any remote source, any source down here. If I come up here to my lower third, I can distort lens on the lower third, which I think would be kind of weird, don't you think? Yeah, that would be kind of weird. I can increase the sharpness on my lower third. I can shift the hue. Hey, you know what? My company color is blue. Let's go with the blue. Yeah, all right. Problem solved. Done. So that's pretty slick. The head button, he thinks he does. Let's see. All right. Learning something new. And how do you learn something new? You just play with the thing. This is the Pick My Brain show where I blah, 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 and I answer questions. And if you are watching on Facebook, go to the AIBA.com page, and that's the page where I can see the comments. I am not on the Teradek page looking at comments. If you are there, don't comment there. If you are on YouTube, I can see comments. Thanks to Joe for doing that for me. It's the first time I've ever had that happen. And I am testing several things here. I am testing Teradek Live Air live. I'm just messing around with it while I'm talking to people, answering questions. Hue shift in lower thirds is actually a good way to get other colors. Cool. Yes, yes. Because one of the great limitations with live air or live air action, it's just the newer version, is cancel. When you say title, you've got a choice. Oh, let's do this, transition. I have a choice between red, blue, and yellow. I have 3 different styles, but they're called red, silver, and yellow. Well, I just made yellow blue. So the colors are irrelevant. You can, both with the hue and with the individual color controls, you can change that. You can change the title and subtitle. You can't change the size of the font. So if I have somebody with a really long subtitle, or a long Indian name and it just runs over the end, it looks really bad. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Live air action, you could do a show clean with no titles and then do titles after effect with another device, or you could do titles on a green screen on a laptop and bring them in through the hardware interface and have them appear and do a chroma key. How's that for a workaround? Scene, transition. So that has been a pretty interesting little walk around to done. Let's cancel this. I don't need another one. Again, comments are not live stream chat. Currently supported for YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. If you're not going through a restreaming service, which is what I'm doing today, I'm going through Castr, CASTR.io. And I am streaming to both YouTube and Facebook Live. Can you make your own lower third in Photoshop? Yes, you can do that. Oh, and I haven't tried it, but I would love to try this. You can do animated GIFs in, I say GIF. You can do animated GIFs in live air action. I would love to see an animated lower third. I would love to try that. Somebody send me an email, put a link where I can get an animated lower third kind of thing going. I guess you would have to make the whole picture like 1280 by 720 and have that at 30 frames a second. Or I don't know if you could just do just the bar and then bring that in. I don't know how that would work. But if you could animate that, and of course most of the animation would be clear, which would be essentially one color pixel repeated 700 times, 10,000 times until you get to the pixels where the actual thing changed. And the way GIFs work is that's very little data. For anything that's one thing, the way a GIF works is it says, this is the color for the next however many pixels. And so that would be, I don't think that would be too terrible. Could you export the video from Teradek Live Action and use a laptop running New Blue FX or another program title and have animated titles? If so, how? Export the video from Teradek and use a laptop. Well, I think you could have another laptop running a title program and bring it into Live Air through a piece of hardware. So you take the HDMI out from your titler into a Teradek hardware interface, then it would show up in as a source, and then you would just key that in. You would not have an alpha channel that way because it's compressing it and sending it. So there's no alpha channel in H.264 or whatever it's using. And Teradek does not have a screen capture utility software app like Switcher Studio does, or NewTek TriCaster. I think vMix has one too, where they have an app you can run, and I think Wirecast has one. You run an app on the laptop, and then the application, this mixing app, sees the other device and pulls those frames natively. I don't know what the frame rate is, I don't know how effective it is, and I'm pretty sure you're not getting an alpha channel. So any way you look at it, whether through a hardware interface or whatever, you will need to do probably a Luma key over black or a chroma key, both of which you can do in Teradek Live Air. But the animated GIF thing, it's not a transparency, it's not a multiple layers of transparency. So you're not doing like, if I do my title, I think the title's built in here. Let's go back over here. Yeah, not that one. Cancel. Let me look at the titles again. No, there's no feathering on the titles that are built in here. Cancel. There's no cancel. There's no feathering on the titles that are built in. So there's no layers of transparency. You know, I got it, you know, Switcher Studio, beautiful titles. And animated. And you can change them in the app. All three things are wonderful. But that's one thing that Teradek doesn't have. But Teradek, if you did something, I gotta have green screen, and I gotta have something come, other sources come in, and I gotta have sports scores. You might find yourself using this tool as opposed to that tool, or Cinemaker, or, well, vMix is a whole other classification. That's a laptop. You know, you need a $1,000 or more laptop to be doing that, and then you need interface things for every piece of hardware that comes in, or NDI. So that's a whole order of magnitude bigger than an iPhone and an iPad, which is all I'm using today. I have an iPhone and I have an iPad, and I'm completely wireless. My iPad is just sitting here on the table, and scenes again. So it's just sitting here on the table. I'm doing the whole show like that. And back to this one. Scenes, love it. It's sort of like there's really great things over here, and there's really great things over here, but there's no thing in the middle that has all of these and all of those. So I have vamped on for 1 hour and 5 minutes. Apologies to everyone who came in late. I am going to sign off momentarily, but I do want to thank everyone for tuning in to my live stream, Pick My Brain number 4, where I played around with Teradek. Once again, like I said, I hoped to be able to do the actual chroma key. I had ordered chroma key drape. Did not arrive today. Bad Amazon, bad. And I hope that I was able to answer a few questions, and if you have other questions or things you'd like me to check on, post them in the comments. If you catch this feed later and watch it and want to see stuff, try to answer your questions. I know as much as I know. I'm always learning, and I look forward to that's about it. I look forward to talking to all of you next time. My name is Anthony Barokas with IAB Communications. Thanks for watching.